Now coming to WBCs, so white blood corpuscles. We have already discussed at length about WBCs. Still, we call it the leukocytes. Again, coming to the word leuco, who would say what is the meaning of leuco?
Ma'am,
Yeah,
leuco means white, ma'am.
very good. So now today we got to know three colors. Leuco means white, cyano means blue, erythro means red. Right? Cytes means cell.
Yes, ma'am.
Transparent, not what is
Ma'am,
the other?
no, ma'am. That is, ma'am, opaque means which does not allow light to pass through it. It's
With
very dark.
yes, opaque is basically they are not transparent, right? I was getting confused with translucent. So it's not translucent. Basically, it is the opposite of opaque. It is the opposite of transparent. They are opaque. They cannot be. Light doesn't pass through, right? And which helps in body's defense. We have discussed about this. How they are like the soldiers and they are the defense mechanism of our body. Correct? Now WBC makes antibodies, right? Antibodies produce antigens which combat against any bacterial or viral infection. Antigens are mostly protein. So, remember when I was discussing about the war that happens, when the germs attack our body. Remember I was talking about WBCs. So the WBCs are also cells, but you know, just like the army, the Indian army would have a lot of soldiers, right? So they are like the antibodies. The soldiers cannot fight single-handedly. They would have a lot of arms and ammunitions. So they are the antigens. So basically, this is what with the guns and the cannons and with the bombshells, is what actually attacks the germs. Correct? Yeah.
Ma'am, when Arna asked why do we get a fever, I wanted to tell the one reason which why our body gets heated up.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
my bio teacher last year had told us like when the WBCs wants to produce antigens and antibodies, they
Mm-hmm.
cannot be produced in the normal temperature but have to have a higher temperature.
Yes, correct. That is also one more reason. That is also one more reason. But the other reason is also what I discussed, because there is literally a war happening. There's so much of energy that is produced. Wherever there is an action happening, that particular area will heat up. That particular area will warm up. That also imparts to the heat. Higher the temperature, that means you will know for sure that the germs are really very powerful. There's a lot of action happening there. You're right, Priscilla. There's a lot of antigens which needs to be produced to combat a very deadly kind of a bacteria. So the body temperature will go up. If it's like a common cold, that means we know it's just like a normal regular bacteria. So the fever will be like 9900. But if it's like a typhoid fever, typhoid germs which has come up, so the fever will be like 101, 102, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, depending on the severity of the germs also the body heats up. Yeah. So we discussed about antigens and antibodies. Now next we would come to the plasma. What are plasma? This is actually the liquid part of the blood. Till now,
And the
whatever
matrix, ma'am.
the matrix, correct, very well said. This is basically the matrix. This is basically the matrix of the blood, right? Till now, whatever we have discussed is the solids which are there in the blood, which unfortunately we cannot see, which we cannot feel because they are like so tiny. We can only see it under the microscope. What we can feel is basically the plasma, the liquid part of it, the liquid portion, right? So it is 90% water. That's the reason why they say, you have to drink a lot of water. Then, all your cells would be like, healthy and happy and, nourished, well fed, go with water. Now, plasma contains the blood cells. So, on all these are the red blood cells, the white blood cells, the platelet, everything is there on this mesh. So plasma carries dissolved food for the body cells, waste matter and carbon dioxide secreted by them. So remember when I was discussing just a little while back that these are the cells, right? So when they take in, when through diffusion, they take in oxygen. There are certain waste materials also which they throw out, right? The carbon dioxide, there's several other waste toxic materials because cells also die every day. They also get injured. So this part of the cells which has got injured, it needs to be flushed out from the body, needs to be thrown out of the body. So that will come into the plasma, right? So that will come into the liquid portion. And as we know, this is like continuously circulating into our body. So this will find its own way for excretion. Right? This will find its own way to be excreted or to be expelled out of the body.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, so when the cell dies, ma'am, there will be an empty cavity, no, ma'am?
So immediately there would be another cell that would regrow.
Means the next cell will divide.
See, it would depend from situation to situation. There are two. Have you studied about cell division?
Ma'am. Yes,
No.
ma'am.
Yes, no. So you have
Yes.
learned about mitosis and meiosis.
Ma'am, I think only we learnt about mitosis. Like one
Mitosis.
cell divides into two daughter cells.
Yeah, correct. So that's mitosis. So basically what happens is that when there is a colony of cells, right? Normally, our body is made out of zillions of cells. All of us know that. In this, out of those zillions of cells, thousands of cells die every day. So how does it matter? Every day thousands of cells die, thousands of cells grow. Not necessarily that this cell which has died, so immediately another cell will be ready to be replaced here. Maybe for the next few seconds or next few hours, these 4 cells will only manage. But there will be another cell which will come in this place. Maybe in a few minutes, maybe in a few hours, maybe in a few days. It would depend on your diet. So everything actually boils down to your diet. If you're having sufficient protein, this cell division and the new cell will grow at an optimum time. But if you lack protein in your diet, if there is no protein in your diet, the amino acids will not reach to the cells. So there will be a delay in a new cell formation or new cell division. Correct? So everything boils down to your diet and the requirement. The body is the most, the most intelligently prepared living organism on earth, which basically takes care of itself. What we need to provide is oxygen and nutrition. That's it, and take good care of it. Baki sab kuch, it does it on its own. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now coming to platelets. Platelets are also called thrombocytes. What are thrombocytes?
Ma'am, I don't know, ma'am.
Okay. Thrombocytes are basically, these
Ma'am,
are
sorry. Ma'am,
yeah.
I do know what is thrombocytes, but I don't know what is the meaning of thrombo.
Yeah, thrombin, I think so, is again another substance. I need to get back to you on exactly what is thrombin. But thrombin is also a kind of it is a kind of a cell, right, with specialized function. So what is the specialized function of thrombin? Okay, let me give you an example. Tell me.
Ma'am, I do know that platelets are like parts of bigger cells. Like, they're not actually cells.
Yeah.
They're like something, proteins or something.
Yeah, so thrombocytes, when you say cytes, they are kind of cells, right? Anything that ends with cytes will be cells, but they have specialized function. So thrombin is a kind of a chemical compound that's there in them, in thrombocytes. Now what happens is that most of you, when you must have fallen down as children, you must have, injured your knees. You must have seen in the beginning, there's a lot of bleeding that is happening from your knees. But after a while, the bleeding will stop on its own. How does this happen? Because of the platelets.
Ma'am, clotting of blood.
Clotting of blood. So you will observe that in a while, that entire area will become a little, the blood will not be liquidy anymore. It will become like a jelly kind of a substance. If not purely jelly, but it will get clotted. If I may use the word clotted, it will get a little hard. And if you just leave
Ma'am,
it,
and it may also partially get dry.
it will obviously get dry because it has come in contact with the air. So the air will dry up all the water content of the blood, no? Because blood is 90% water. So what remains will be the RBCs, the WBCs, the platelets. But now what happens? The beauty of platelets is as I said, body is beautiful, human body. It will restrict. It will tell the brain will send signal saying that enough of bleeding. Now please stop. So the platelets will get into action and they will form clots here to restrict. So what happens, when you get hurt, what happens basically? These are all the capillaries that you have in your knees. I'm only explaining the knee area. For example, you injured yourself. So what happened? All these capillaries got torn off. So it got leaked, it got punctured. So from here all the blood will ooze out, right? Once all the blood oozes out, what will happen if it continuously for one day it oozes out? Then your blood, so 5.5 liters, it will become 2 liters, right? So there will be a lot of loss of blood. So what these thrombocytes does is that they form a mesh kind of a thing, they form something like this. They form a mesh kind of a thing and they obstruct all these capillaries. They close the mouth of the capillaries like this so that the blood does not flow anymore out of the body. Isn't this a very smart way to stop bleeding? Right? But, however, this would only happen if your injury is minor to a little mediocre, right? If it's mediocre to medium to high, what would you need? You need to go to the doctor and you need to stitch up the place. What would the doctor do basically? When he stitches up, basically, all the capillaries that have got punctured, injured, he would stitch up these capillaries along with the skin. So that's another way to stop bleeding. Of course, the platelets are at work, but the platelets are not that high in amount that they would stop a profuse bleeding. They can take care of a partial bleeding where it is a little low to medium. But when it's very high, then maybe you would require 8 stitches to cover up a big area. To stop immediately the bleeding needs to be stopped. Correct? So these are yeah.
Can I tell a disease which happens like the platelets won't work?
Yeah, sure. Please to share.
Ma'am, there is a disease called hemophilia or royal disease, ma'am. Ma'am, so it was there in the family of Queen Victoria, ma'am.
Correct,
so
yes.
many kings, the last king died because he had hemophilia. Because he got wounded and the blood didn't stop flowing. So this happens when there's the gene which is supposed to be present in the platelet is absent.
So basically platelets is absent or the platelet count is very less?
Ma'am, no ma'am, the gene is absent ma'am in the platelet.
Oh, the genes itself is absent. Okay, so there are many children also who are born hemophilic. They are born hemophilic. In their case, they have to be kept very, very carefully. They shouldn't get hurt. They shouldn't get injured because if there's one minor cut, the bleeding won't stop. Right? So, and generally also, because even if you don't get a cut or a tear, even then you need platelets in your body, right? So what happens, because internally also there's a lot of wear and tear happening. So the platelets are at work internally also. We cannot see that, but it's needed. So what do hemophilic patients do? Almost every month they take just like, you know, there's blood transfusion done, blood is being donated to sick people. So hemophilic patients, platelets are being donated. Or maybe, you know, if their RBCs are also less, if WBCs are also less and platelets are like almost no, then total blood is donated. Right? And you would also find that, you know, for example, a person has undergone a very, very critical surgery. Right? What does a critical surgery means? A 7-hour surgery where the doctors have operated him for 7 to 8 hours. That means there has been bleeding for that long, because, you know, the doctors have cut him open, you know, have operated him for that long. There's a lot of bleeding. So in that case, what the doctors do is that they keep bags of platelets ready, so that, you know, even when the surgery is on, the platelets are being injected through a you know, intravenously to him, so that once the surgery is over, they stitch him up. What will happen is that the platelets will start their work. Artificially, they inject platelet to him, so that once the work is done, the platelets will start off with their work. Right? So, medical science. Right?
Ma'am,
So we
can I
are,
ask a question out of box?
yeah, sure.
Like it is not related to the topic.
Okay.
Ma'am, when will you die firstly, when your heart stops working or your brain stops
Oh,
working?
yeah, that's a very dicey thing, you know. That's a very
Something
dicey. I think so, you
I
know. Yeah, tell me.
I'm not, I can't understand like what is more stronger. It's like brain and the heart, they both are equal.
They're equal, but actually the brain continuously gives signals, no, to the heart. And the heart, you know, see, to me, the heart might, to me, the heart is more important, because if heart is not pumped to the entire body, slowly, each and every cell, each and every tissue, each and every organ will die. Right?
Ma'am,
But
like if your brain feels first, then your heart will also feel because like the brain only gives signals to the heart to pump.
correct. So basically what happens is that
Ma'am,
you will find patients, you will find cases many a times the doctors use the word brain dead.
Brain dead.
Yes. You would
yes,
find the brain dead, but the heart is working. So artificially, they have, you know, through the help of impulses or electric impulses, you know, through several other instruments, they have kept that is when I think so, you know, they say that the person is in coma. That means the
Yes,
heart is
ma'am.
working, the heart is working,
ma'am, I
but
was
the
about
blood
to
is
ask
not.
you that the like so is it related to coma?
Yeah,
Ma'am,
it
but
is.
if the brain is dead, then how is the heart working?
So,
Or
so
like
that's
I
what I was
know like
saying.
how
Each and every in case in situation in like this, when the person is brain dead, he will not survive for much. You know, maybe I don't doubt. I doubt even if for a day,
ma'am, then how do
because
people come out of coma? Like of course there would be many treatments and all, but
there would be each and every organ has to be supported by a machine. For example, the lungs. The lungs has to be supported by a ventilator. The heart has to be supported by several, you know, several machines. The kidney has to be supported by a you know, a filtering machine.
And dialysis.
Dialysis, yeah, dialysis unit, you know, there's a huge unit. So similarly, each and every organ needs to be supported. I don't know, you know, for the digestion, they would be giving him maybe, you know, semi-solid, semi-liquids, saline, or maybe, you know, soluble watery the contents which have got nutrients injected in those water, electrolytes, glucose. So
but I still
depending on how strong the person has got his organs, he would respond back to the treatment and he would come out of the coma situation.